Fantastic. I really do appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today. As many of you know, my name is Shea. Um, I'm James Bakery, a husband, a father, a resident of Richmond Hill, and the co-founder of the Indigenous Action Committee of Richmond Hill. I'm here to share concerns with the wording of the Richmond Hill land acknowledgement. It's not our first attempt to communicate and collaborate with council. I have, in addition, reached out personally to Councillor David West and Acting Mayor Joe DePaula, amongst others, just to help educate them on the difference between land and treaty acknowledgements. And truthfully, we feel like we just simply been brushed aside. In speaking with the Indigenous community regarding land acknowledgements and preparing for this message, I was told by elders that they are proud. They're proud, for their generation would never stand in front of local, provincial, or federal government members for fear of what would be done to them, their families, or even their children. Times have changed. My generation, who were also taught to be quiet, not to share our backgrounds and traditions with others, not for a lack of being proud, but for fear of the consequences. We no longer want to be quiet. What was created is not a land acknowledgement. It is a treaty acknowledgement. Our land acknowledgement predates colonization. And the Williams Treaty is considered to be one of the most fraudulent treaties created, with an open settlement of around $1 billion for its wrongdoings. While the other treaty, Treaty 13, is responsible for one of the largest land grabs from the First Nations in Ontario, which was taken for a grand total of 10 shillings, equivalent to a half a pence. We don't believe that the city of Richmond Hill would do this in the ill will of the Indigenous people. We just feel that there was not enough education through the consultation and report to understand how hurtful this message truly is. Let me be clear. The Indigenous communities that belong to this land do not and will not be referred to as the people of the Williams Treaty. It is a colonizer phrase that is not accurate and is simply a cop-out of doing any research or acknowledging the people that were here long before me and all of you. If the council and city staff do not feel that there is clear evidence of the people that were here before them, as stated in the responses to us, then there is no reason to have a land acknowledgement just to join UNESCO. Furthermore, we definitely do not want a treaty acknowledgement to be referred to as a land acknowledgement. We have questions about the reports. We've sent some initial questions to the city staff as suggested and look forward to the answers and more details. We simply ask that you do not insult the people before you and continue the consultation and dialogue with more communities and committees to get this message right. I would like to direct you to the University of Toronto's land acknowledgement. I could have chosen many, and you all could have done the same with a simple Google search to see the clear difference between a land and treaty acknowledgement. We feel like this would be a good framework to work from. Here is theirs. We wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it's been the traditional lands of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting is still home to many Indigenous people across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. As you know, we have created the first Indigenous Action Committee of Richmond Hill to fill a void in our area and surrounding regions. We are not here to cause conflict. We're here to build a safe and welcoming community and work with the city towards real reconciliation. For all the Indigenous people in Richmond Hill and surrounding areas, you are not alone. There are many of us here, and we will come together to help each other and continue to attempt to work with the city to create broader access to cultural traditions such as gatherings, ceremonies, and calendar events, as well as services. We ask, please reach out to your local councillors, city staff, and myself, as well as our groups, Indigenous Action Committee Richmond Hill, Indigenous York Region, and Circle of Friendship Richmond Hill, all of which can be found on Facebook. We need to come together. We need to work to create real actions towards inclusivity, diversity, equity, and reconciliation. Miigwech.